It is a great pleasure and honor for me to join Dr. Bambang and also our panelists, Professor Bambang Brojo and also Ibu Mira. It is a great pleasure and honor for us from Bain and Company to become a research partner for Tech for Good Institute. I will share the result of the research. We published our report at the end of last year on Southeast Asia Digital Growth Catalyst, 140 pages, but I'm not going to talk for as long as 140 pages. Allow me to start with what it means by economic platform, O2O economic platforms, online to offline. When we're talking about online to or offline to online, O2O, so we're not only talking about food, but it's travel, it's logistic, it's digital finance, including education and healthcare. It's amazing. Southeast Asia, as part of ASEAN, you can see how many companies that appears or participate in O2O. And this is not only the area of tech companies, but those companies collaborate with us as consumers. We're talking about hospital, university, small vendors. We're talking about drivers of ride-hailing. We work together to create O2O platforms economy. And so when this happens, not only consumers and producers or technology players, but also investors come to play, providing great investment to address all the challenges. And so we begin to address these challenges. We are going to talk about the 6 topics in our conclusions. Allow me to talk about our perspectives in a nutshell. So if you look at allow me to share this slide. The first point, I believe that we all agree. Platforms have transformed how we live, how we work, how we socialize. Half of us, I think there's an increase in the consumptions of martabak. Martabak is one of our favorite comfort food in Indonesia, and it is made easy by platforms. So not only us that change, but we create a new economy for martabak sellers, even in remote or even in further areas. So on the one hand, our life is changing. Platform is a new source, is a new machine, a new driving force for economic growth in Southeast Asia, including in Indonesia. So through O2O platform, but of course we realize the O2O platform is something new. This is the reality. So in collaboration with Tech for Good, we provide a new method that we call New Economic Progress Index. We compare Indonesia with other countries and how in the future we can continue to look at the progress through the 4 components that I will share later on. We're talking about the economy, we're talking about consumers and the impact of our life, and also number 4, as you can see on the slide, in terms of consumers, in terms of MSME, so this is what we are looking at. 80% economic platform transform their life in positive way. We don't want economic growth that left behind the human, but we have to admit whenever there is a technology innovations, there's always risk, there's always challenges. So that's why not only industry, but all stakeholders must work together to address these challenges for our progress. So at the end of the day, this is not only the challenge of each country, but how us and ASEAN work together. This is not only local but regional, how we can make local players goes regional to create bigger impact. Allow me to now elaborate the first point. If we're looking at numbers, we can see how many consumers participating in digital economy. They purchase online, they experience online economy. And those who are experiencing not only involved in participations, but increase their participations the past year. They do more transactions, they purchase more, and they agree that the platform provide better experience and improve their quality of life. On the slide, you can see e-commerce and food, ride-hailing, and digital financial service. But of course, there are other examples. Access in Jakarta were not, as difficult, but in not only in Jakarta, but in many different regions all across Indonesia, they're not only purchasing from the malls, but they can access all products, sell across the country. Those, and also digital financial services, those who are who were facing difficulty in accessing capital in the past, they can access. Economic platform have changed the life. But when we're talking about the next slide please, we're also talking about how platforms have a positive impact on MSMEs in Indonesia, and it is now an integral part of the economy. We have 10 million MSMEs that are using online platforms, and more than 73% of SMEs agree that they need to use platforms to succeed in the future. Food delivery said that they can sell more. And during the pandemic, this is a humanitarian tragedy, of course, but it creates it helps them a lot when they need to close their restaurant. They are opening food delivery online. So those who are not able to work in the past, who are not able to work in working hours, they can do part-time work. Number one reason that they become Grab drivers is time flexibility. Time flexibility. So that is amazing. Opportunity that in the past didn't exist. Not only consumers, but it also benefit or have positive impacts on SMEs. Next slide, please. New Economy Progress Index. These are the detailed number. There are four main components: digital infrastructure, physical infrastructure, have to enable the platforms happen. So when we're measuring the progress of platform, economic platform, also the increase, we look at the increase in number of players. In the number in Indonesia is 38%. The number of ASEAN 40%, Malaysia 50%, Singapore 60%. So we have the opportunity to continue to progress. From the side of digital infrastructure, Indonesia more than 80% of Indonesian or mobile internet subscribers, and we can continue to improve this. The opportunity in two major areas: physical infrastructure. When we're talking about O2O, online to offline, our number is only 30%. Only 1/3 goods, ensure to be able to be delivered on the same day. So there is an opportunity to increase the number, to improve the number. Our mobile network speed, we are ranked below around rank 100 around the world. So we have to also collaborate with telecommunication players. 8% in ASEAN, Indonesia around 13%. There's an opportunity for improvement, of course. What we have to ensure more SMEs to be involved. Education is very important. Capacity building is very important. So they're not only watching as change happens, but also participate. We also needs to open our eyes to see that, of course, there's challenges, there's trade-offs, there's risk that we need to identify and we need to solve as well. On the left is some of the challenges, and on the right are risk and trade-offs. Competitions must be fair. We have bigger platforms, we have smaller platforms. Consumer protection is very important. I'm sure that, because you're working at platforms, I'm sure that you understand, but platforms have to be responsible on consumers' data privacy, education of consumers. 1 out of 3 online consumers nowadays, they learn to become online consumers the past 1 or 2 years. That's why they're, during pandemic, so they are now learning on online transactions, and they are not as savvy on, understanding what fraud means, for instance. So this is really the responsibility of platform, the responsibility of other stakeholders as well, how economic growth, digital economic growth does not, create a loss in the consumers, so that they will not be victim, but they will be subject, they will be key players. When we're talking about digital divide, digital economy enjoyed experienced by many people, but when we're talking about urban and rural, for instance, the digital divide will continue if we don't prioritize this issue. When we're talking about infrastructure, internet access, internet speed in rural areas, we have to pay attention to that. And education is very important, so that they will not be further left behind. We have to make sure that economic growth can be experienced by each and every citizen. That's why in infrastructure investment, education must be done proactively as we are experiencing economic growth. So what is our path forward? First is digital economy. O2O platform is something new. something new. So it's not as established as industry that have been going on for hundreds of years. So that's why stakeholder collaborations is key. How we can think of the best solution that can move or improve the economy, but also protect consumers. And this is the experience. We have to work together. It needs transparency, shared data, good communication. And this is a new economy. This is not a policy that we can say, okay, so this is my policy A, and then we can predict in 10 years' time. No, we cannot do that. Iterative, adaptive. That is the main principle. We have to demand. We have to also demand responsibility and sustainability of platforms. The mandate is technology is for good. How we can commit to work together for good, for the goodness. And so through the progress, both developed countries and developing countries, we are all equally learning, and how we can work together from one country to another, and how we work together, especially at regional level, to create better, bigger opportunities. And this slide is our conclusion, how Tech for Good work together to create economic platform that create positive impacts for ASEAN, for the citizen, for all humankind. How we can see or we can look at these challenges, address these challenges for better positive impact in the future. Collaboration is of course key. Thank you.
Saya kembalikan kepada panitia.